One sec. Alrighty, what's
Up, man.
up?
Have you
Can you
have,
okay?
have, have you seen the background? Can you see it?
Oh shit, how did you do that?
Oh yeah. Man, I was trying to figure this out the whole morning. Like, so
That's
when you
pretty
said
cool.
oh, just give me like 15 minutes, I was like, cool. So extra 15 minutes for me to get this
Nice,
done.
pretty sick. I like it.
Cheers, cheers, cheers.
I like it, man. How did you do that?
Oh man, I actually asked ChatGPT like how to do it. And then
Mm.
I went on Canva and you got like a ton of presets that you can use there.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, I just picked like a black background and put the logo down there.
Nice, nice. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Nice touch. I like it.
Yeah, slowly,
Mm.
man, slowly getting there.
Yeah, yeah. Little steps, baby steps.
Baby steps.
Mm.
How you been? How's your week?
Good. How was my week? Good. I started full body training.
Yeah,
Mm.
how's that
Yeah.
going?
So full body workouts, one on, one off, one set per exercise,
Yeah,
and that's it.
yeah, because you've increased frequency throughout the week, right?
Not even that much because it's still what is it like? How many times? Like seven. I'm training 7 times in like 2 weeks, or like between 3 and 4 times a week.
Okay.
So like I'm doing after every session I take a rest day. So the frequency is not high, but essentially like what you're doing is you're going in. Now it doesn't sound like a lot, and it sounds like how could you be getting hypertrophy off that? But you're going in, you might do like squats, you might do heavy squats. So you're doing like your top heavy, it's an absolute failure set of like 5 or 6 reps. You might do that then on RDLs. Then you do that on leg extension, hamstring curl, and maybe some calf raises. Then you go and do some chest. So you do that on incline bench. Then you do that on like overhead press. Then you do that on barbell rows or lat pull down or something. Then you do it on maybe high row or like T-bar row. And then you do it on tricep push downs or skull crushers. And then you do it on maybe easy bar curls or something like that. So you do a lot of exercises. So you're actually quite fucking tired after.
Yeah,
But I got it from Jordan Peters. And
I
he
know.
is,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And he said if he just said that there's no way you won't progress if you do this split. But the reason why a lot of people don't do it is because it's not really that fun, and you don't get to be in the gym as often as a lot of people would like to. And like it's not like you have like a push day. You're like, I love doing chest, I love push, or like pull where it's like, I love training back. You know what I mean? You don't really have a favorite day. They're all kind of the same. But he just seemed so adamant in the video that I watched. He was like, if you do this, you'll make lots of progress. So
yeah. And do you change exercises
yeah.
every other day? Yeah,
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
do, right? So you have some sort of like rotation. But like,
Mm.
I know for rep quality and stuff like that, it's really good
Yeah.
because, yeah, because of that, one set only that you're doing,
Mm.
right? So every time you go back, it's like you're fresh. You've just had to recover from one set, really. But like, I don't know. Um, I got tired just by listening to it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All the
Yeah.
racking and re-racking that you have to do, like,
Yeah, that's why nobody wants to do it. It's like that's because see the reason why it's meant to be so effective is you have so many opportunities for recovery, but frequency is still so high. You're hitting every muscle up to 4 times a week.
yeah. But
So
if you're doing like, let's say you're doing a leg press and then you're doing, I don't know, like compounds wise, do you change uh every other day as well? So like if you're doing a squat, do you do a bench press on the same day on the same day, or like do you change? You get what I'm saying?
yeah, so you have set workouts. So workout one, you like it depends on you fine tune it based on your own needs. Like if your main goal is to get bigger legs and to grow or bigger quads and to grow a bench press, then you probably do high bar squats or like safety bar squats, or you'd start with something like that and you go to failure on those. And then what you would do is you would go and when you then get your upper body movements, bench would be your first priority. And you'd probably have benching twice, maybe even three times. But if your goal is just to improve everything and just grow, then you want to have some variation. So, what you could do is one session would be like what I do is on on my heavy lower and then the light upper, I do close grip on Smith machine incline bench.
Mm.
But then what I'll do on another day is I'll just do regular incline bench. That'll be more
Yeah,
like
so
heavy
I
focused.
guess that's what I meant. Like you have a heavy lower and a lighter upper, and then a heavy
Mhm.
upper and a lighter lower. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, I have friends doing the upper lower split right now.
Oh, nice. So like upper lower rest, upper lower rest, upper lower rest.
Yeah, but
Also
they,
quite nice.
yeah, I don't think they're doing it the right way though.
Hmm. What does that mean?
Means like the the way you're meant to program your sets, they're pretty much the same. It's like one or two sets max, and then you move on. But like all of these friends are doing like three, four sets per exercise, and I'm like, I don't think that's the way it works.
3 or 4 sets. Oh God. Either, yeah. So I think if people, I don't think you're able to do 4 sets to complete failure on an exercise.
Not to complete failure. So they'd have let's say two sets with two reps in reserve, and then two sets to failure in each exercise. And I think that's a lot if you're doing an upper lower split.
Yeah, but that 4 sets, and if you're doing upper, that's chest, back, shoulders, arms, or shoulders, kind of arms, whatever. And that's if you're not throwing in any core work. If you're not throwing that on the lower, maybe. But
Yeah, they're not.
yeah, but you're looking at 8 exercises, nine,
Yeah.
and you're also looking at force. You're looking at 30 to 40 sets.
Yeah, that's why you're only meant to do like Jordan says it's one set only. You can go you can do an extra set if you want some extra stimulus, but like no more than that.
Mm. Yeah,
And then yeah.
I think you start out. I think see. I think people have this thing of working out. Now, I'm not saying to not train hard because I think a lot of people is like will see or hear stuff like this and go, "Oh, I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much." But it's like most people don't actually know what training to failure looks like or what it is. So, provided you do, and you know that you know how to go to absolute failure, like where it just nothing's happening. There's nothing else there that you could give in a set. I think that. Where am I going with this? Hold on. You should always start low. Start with one set. See how you respond. If you feel like there's not enough stimulus there, add an extra set. But I feel like a lot of people just do so much junk volume with their training. It's crazy.
But don't you think that some of these programs they're more towards beginners? So like a full body is great for a beginner, or even an upper lower. Like let's say if you're a beginner, you're starting off, you know, that's what I would do. I'm going to give you a full body because you literally just have to do one set and you're going to grow like insanely well. Once you start getting a bit more advanced, okay, let's do an upper lower now. And then once again, like you can use that as a progression, right? So you go from full
Mm.
body to upper lower. And then if you need to be a bit more specific, okay, now we've got some muscle mass, but in certain areas, you have certain areas lacking. So let's go on to a PPL now, where I can actually focus on working your weaknesses or even a bro split. I don't really like bro splits anymore. But I think the PPL is perfect. And one thing that people get mixed at is the PPL, you don't have to do push pull legs. You can switch them around and work based off of your needs. What do you think
Mm.
about that? I think that's the way I'm looking at it. So right now, because my focus is back and hamstrings, I'm gonna put those first because I can work my back and my hamstrings on the same day. Then I'm gonna use the push day as a break because it's not so CNS demanding. And then I'm gonna do legs where I can do quads and maybe stimulate the hamstrings again. I wouldn't see a reason as to why you wouldn't. But just
Yeah.
bear in mind that the work that you'll do on your pull for hamstrings needs to be just enough so you can recover and train them again 2 days later. You know, that's the way I'm doing.
Mm.
So
So
I look at programs as progressions as well. More stimulus, less stimulus, depending on your level.
yeah, true. So I think this all kind of circles back to the same shit every time. It's like everything works.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like everything works. High volume, high intensity, low frequency. High volume, high frequency, low intensity. High intensity, high frequency, low volume. The way I look at it is if you want to have an effective session, you've got those three vectors. You've got volume, frequency, and intensity. Volume is the amount of like we'll say reps and maybe sets you're doing in that workout. Mainly how many sets you're doing like per exercise, whatever. Frequency is how often you are exercising, and intensity is how difficult each of those sets and reps in those sets in each exercise session, how difficult they are. You can focus on two, you can't focus on three.
Hmm.
So you pick two. So you could say, I want to focus on volume and intensity. So I want like kind of high volume workouts, lots of sets, already hard. Well, then frequency has to be low. You're not doing that 6 times a week. You could go, well, I like kind of training often, I like training frequently. Some people might like training twice a day. You could say frequency is really high. Um, so and
But your volume needs to
volume,
be low. Yeah.
yeah, if you want those sets to be to failure, or you could have high frequency, high volume, but you have to be doing reps in reserve if you want,
Yeah.
if, unless you accumulate. So the point is that all of those work as long as two are focused on, and not all
Yeah.
three, or just one.
Yeah, I know a guy, he was prepping last year and his frequency was he was doing 2 days and he was just going literally balls to wall, bro. I was like, I don't know how you do it, but you look at his physique, it was tired. And then he was wondering why he was placed almost like lost. And he had a great physique coming up,
You just got worn out. You can you,
worn
you
out
can see it.
completely.
It's almost like the skin color even kind
And
of
he's the
washed out.
kind of guy that he doesn't back down up until show day. So like he was on his peak week training the same way. And I'm like, bro, you're not doing much. Like you're increasing cortisol. You're not being able to,
He's just like
get
he's
those
just
carbs.
atrophying his muscle. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not.
and your carb uptake, it's not the same because of cortisol.
Hmm.
But I found out this week that high volume is not for me. My body's tired, man. I was sending pictures to Connor this past weekend, and my body looks tired, looks deflated as well. I was like,
Okay.
this
Okay.
is yeah. Um, and he was like, "Did you train legs?" And I'm like, "No." This was Saturday morning. Saturday morning, I was training legs later on, and he was like, "Did you train legs? Because they kind of look tired." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" Well, they're pumped, and I'm like, Connor, my legs are always pumped. Like, what he doesn't know is that I increased frequency on my leg days. So before I was doing one leg day, now I'm doing one leg day a week. Now I'm doing 2 leg days a week.
Huh.
And
Okay.
and so
Right.
my quads just, you know, got bigger. Um, and in a way, I was like, okay, so I need to either relocate reps, sets, I mean, in a way that I don't do as many sets for my quads because
Yeah.
I don't need that stimulus,
No. Yeah. For sure.
or I don't know, like I was doing way too much to the point where my muscles just weren't popping enough. You know,
Mm,
I don't know if it was the carb reduction from 2 weeks ago, where right now I have way less glycogen compared to before. I don't know
okay.
if it's I don't know if it's bold. I don't know what it is. So what I did was yesterday I was pretty much planning my 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 workouts again, and I pretty much deloaded everything. I was like, okay, let me go back to 2 sets per exercise, see how my body reacts in like 2 3 weeks
I think two
time.
sets per exercise is lovely.
Yeah, so I'm just going to
Mm.
go back to compounds, top set, back off, and then certain exercises, just 2 reps in reserve and a top set to failure and a set to failure. So
Hmm.
I'm gonna see how it responds because it was responding very well before I made the changes, literally like a month ago. I was struggling to progress. I wasn't progressing enough. I wasn't happy with the way things were moving, you know?
Okay, right.
So I was like, okay, let me go back and see if I actually fucked up in terms of volume, the point where I was doing too much.
Mm, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. To be honest with you, another point to make on that is like you can make the argument that when you become more advanced, like you need more sets, more stimulus, you're more advanced, it's whatever. But then there's also the argument, well, it would almost you could think the opposite way and that be true as well because you're stronger, you're lifting more weight. And although you're able to lift that weight, that's more systemic fatigue than it when you were weaker. So for example, when your incline press was increasing on your push tape, for example, right?
Mhm.
You were adding rep, you were adding the dumbbell weights were flying up. And although you're moving that weight just as well as you were moving, like the 60s are going just like how the 50s once were, still 10 kilos heavier that your body has to move. It's still much more fatiguing, physically, systemically. And I think that as long as if you do a set, and this is again where the full body kind of really, where Jordan Peters was at least exclaiming that full body, or at least the split or any split that kind of focuses on this works, is as long as you are adding weight or adding an extra rep to your set, that's a new stimulus. That's that's going to signal hypertrophy as long as it's in a like a hypertrophy range. So if you're doing like a rep, it's probably not going to do a whole lot. But if you're doing like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, 12, 15 reps, even whatever, and you're adding reps or adding weight to your exercise, that's enough. That you're gonna grow.
Yeah.
As long as you give your body the food, but without the food, then that's not really going to happen anyways, or at least not for a long time. So as long as those two things are in play and you're sleeping, you're gonna grow.
And
That's
it can take months as well to progress that one rep.
Oh, absolutely. Like you like it. Like let's take a curl for the sake of the studio. You might be here one day, and the next day you're here, and then the next day you're
Yeah.
doing that last rep to here, and then you're doing a partial, and then all of a sudden you get to a full rep. But the progress gets so slow, and
Yeah.
the narrow for error gets tighter the more advanced you get.
Yeah,
But
people
I
don't
think,
realize that's progress in itself as well. Like
mm,
that's why I record some of my exercises to know if things like bracing was a lot better, was improved from one week to the other, or the quality of the rep as well. Because sometimes I use my notes a lot to put things like to write down things like um, I did the same 10 reps
yeah,
as the week before, but it felt a lot smoother, a lot easier. So stick to it for another week instead of like going up in weight or trying to aim for 11 reps. Sometimes it could even be I did the 10 very well and I'm attempting 11 now compared to last week.
yeah, yeah, for sure,
You know?
100%.
Yeah. So that's how I do things when I'm training pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. Like I would go as specific to when I'm recording. So like I just write shit down in this notebook. Look at the fucking Apple sticker. I put Apple stickers on like random places around the house.
Pink
So I've got
lady,
like
yeah.
two on my laptop, I've one on the desk, one on my notebook. You'll find one on the fridge and shit like that. But anyways, I just think I've been doing this since I was a kid. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, like I'll go as far as recording like. I'll say like, what I do is I do three, or not three, a bit more than three if I'm trying to build muscle. We'll say I do 7 reps plus P. Plus P just means like I did like a partial. So I know,
Okay.
okay, I did 7 reps and a partial. Right, can we get eight? Because to go from 7 reps to eight, or like to go from 4 to 5 reps, that's a 25% increase,
Hmm.
in output in that set, which is quite a lot when you think about it,
Yeah.
and these little things matter more the further into this you get. So I'll record like as far as like a partial rep, and I'll know, okay, well, I got a partial rep there. I'll remember from that session what it kind of looks like, and then I'll try and beat that. So to be honest with you, I haven't been this meticulous with my training in a while. I was just very much so of the idea where like if I train hard. Train like super, 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 super hard, like so hard. Um, I make progress, and it works to an extent because I train ridiculously hard, but I don't know if I'm progressing or not. Like you know what I mean? Like if I'm just like working hard, but am I working hard at like a lighter weight than what I've been doing because I've been like training too much? Or maybe am I not eating enough? Am I not sleeping well enough? And training is a very good like litmus test. It's a very good test to see if you're progressing, session by session, if you're building muscle, if you're doing the right things. So by not tracking stuff, I felt like I was still, even though I felt like I was making some sort of progress, it's still guesswork. So you do just have to track if you are serious about making progress.
It's funny. I was talking about this yesterday with a friend of mine, and he says he doesn't track anything, and he's national champion. And I'm like, I wish I could do that, but it's just way too, at this point, it's just way too stressful. Like I need to write it down. I need to know what I've done. And there's pros and cons to both ends. The con to tracking is if you don't beat your numbers, you feel like shit. Like I feel like shit most of the times when, especially for the past month, I wasn't I wasn't beating the numbers. I wasn't progressing at all, and I was like, the fuck's happening? So it felt as if it took all of the pleasure from training because you're not able to PR or anything. I know you're not meant to PR in every session. I
But
know that you're
it
not meant
still
to
feels like
progress.
it's like a waste of time
You're
or like
like, the heck's that happening? Whereas with my friend, he's like, I don't care. I'll just go in. I'll train. I'll train as hard as I can. And then I'll leave the gym.
I'm just gonna start running 100 megs of Anadrol. So I do about my face. Don't just pop 100 megs of Anadrol and make progress. It's easy.
Are you serious though? Are you actually taking Adderall now?
No, no, no. So, oh God, I, I think the next time I do something, I'm just going to use EQ. To be honest, I had Primo, right? Tried it. Needed fucking like
Legit?
half a tab. I needed point 0.5 to almost a full thing of Rumidex like every day, and I was like, this is weird. I was on like, do you know that I was just telling you recently that I was on like a 100 megs test, I wasn't doing anything, whatever.
Yeah.
I just brought test up to 175 and I brought in the Primo. It was more so just a test, like, see if it like, can I just use it to modulate estrogen? I wasn't gonna put in like 40 mgs a fucking week to like, on 100 mgs test. So I said I bumped that up a little bit. Like that's taking the piss. That's way too low. So I brought up test a little bit. Right, I added in the Primo. And then I started to need to like eat loads of fucking Arimidex. Loads of estrogen blocks. Like this doesn't make any sense. Because it's usually very good like aromatase inhibitor for me, and so I dropped it because I was definitely just taking like test probe or some shit, and I'm just kind of fucking chilling again for the next few days. Probably just throwing a bit of EQ and maybe some Anadrol, maybe. Who knows?
I got some EQ here, but
I know you
yeah, I'm
do.
not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not using it.
Sad
I'm
time.
natty. I'm natty with 600 megs of test.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
you know.
Cattles make the okay. Cattles are given Tren. and we all eat beef. So
So there's trend in
it's pretty much
there's
naughty.
trend everywhere.
Yeah, it's
But
everywhere. Yeah, there's.
what was I gonna say? Um, yeah, my blood pressure dropped to 120 now. So it's been a week.
Let's check mine right now.
It's like blood pressure dropped 120. Okay, let's jump back in. We're,
That's it. Like my
we're
yeah,
good to go
100%.
again.
Yeah. One sec. Hold on. I will take mine right now. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
Mine's right here.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna see what mine is. Oh God.
Got my brown.
Now here's the thing with this. There's a bit of an issue with this one, right? And it's not the most accurate because this fucking cuff right here, it's for 9 to 13 inch arms.
You got a small you got a small cuff.
It's a small cuff, yeah.
You gotta buy this one.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
brown.
Yeah. Yeah. This makes me feel very insecure.
It comes with two cuffs, an extra large and a large, and no, I mean a small, a normal one.
Okay, guess what you think it's gonna be?
117
Okay.
over
Okay.
65, 70, no, 65.
Sometimes it can be wacky because the cuff is small.
Yeah, but you're talking. You're not meant to talk.
Oh.
It went up to 122.
Oh, it's doing this thing again. It's doing this thing again.
What's it doing?
It's gonna say it's like really, really high watch. Which is probably gonna make you think that it actually is really high, but
You're going into hypertension,
Ugh! Nosebleeds.
pissing blood.
See, look what it's saying. Look at this. 150 over 60. Who the fuck?
Yeah.
How is it even possible?
With a 63
With the 63
heart
diastolic.
rate. Yeah.
Yeah, but my systolic is one fucking 50.
And yeah.
Oh, it's so annoying. I
It's a
what
lot
I
of
do.
things. It's a lot of things. Like one thing I found out is you need to drink water first thing in the morning because that's going to drop it
Yeah,
with
of
some
course. Yeah,
electrolytes
yeah.
as well.
Hmm.
And before before you take your blood pressure, just wait like 2, 3 minutes to chill. And the first reading is usually wrong. So you have to do I do like 3, 4 readings and then just whatever the average is.
Yeah, so so that one, usually what I do with this one, if you want me to be honest, is I kind of put it like towards the bottom here. So the when I put it up here, which is where you're meant to put it, it just doesn't fit. Like it's very, very small. So I put it on the bottom and then I take like six. And I just take like the three that are the closest because I'm going to presume they're right. And
Yeah.
generally it's not 150 over 60. So
What is it generally?
sometimes it's low. Sometimes my blood pressure can be a bit low.
But what's low?
Sometimes like 110 over 60.
Yeah, that's low.
Yeah. Sometimes it can be. Yeah. Now obviously if I've had my periods and been on high blood pressure now, I've used like fucking Tran and shit. And orals will spike it. I'll notice that if I was to ever even like use a Winstrol or something like that, and that'll jump it up 5 or 10. Like that could go from like 120 to 130. But it's kind of ephemeral. It doesn't it that's kind of in around when it's active window, which makes sense, right? Ramps up your CNS, blood pressure goes up when your CNS is in overdrive, always with everything.
What's the ideal? Is it 115, 120?
I think it's like what, yeah, 115, 120 over about 60, right? Over 60, 65, maybe 60, 65. But I've gotten mine down as low as like 105 over like 50 something. That was when I was doing a prep earlier on this year. I was on trend at the time. I was on test mast. I think I was on like 10 milligrams of Tren a day or something small like that. So not a lot, but it was so low. I just increased sodium intake. I just sniffed loads of coke. We
Yeah.
got it up. I'm joking. I'm joking. I didn't do that.
Yeah, mine's 120 now over 60.
Yeah,
So
that's really nice. That's really nice. Yeah, that's
it's
very
the
good.
Stairmaster, bro. It's
Mm-hmm.
stairs. People don't listen to me. I'm like, do stairs. Do stairs, 40 minutes, you'll be grand.
Mm. I like to run.
I don't like to run, bro.
I know I like to
There's
run.
an apocalypse. I'm not running. I'm
Yeah.
not running, bro. You go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I haven't been doing it as much though because I'm trying to grow my legs, but I think it's exaggerated a little bit. People think that if they run for like 20 minutes that they're gonna atrophy their legs and then they're gonna be
Yeah,
fucked. Like,
no.
bro, if you run it like if you run and your heart rate's like 125 and you do that for 20 minutes, you're like or 130, you're like you're not going to atrophy your legs. But
No.
it's I don't know, I find for me, that is the best thing for keeping blood pressure in check. I just think cardio, however you
Hit,
want
bro.
to do it.
Hit.
Oh no, that is the best.
Hit is the best.
Oh
If
my
you do
God.
like if you do 3 hit sessions in a week and then all the rest you just do like steps or whatever, you're grand.
Oh, dude, but that's why you see these people like CrossFit athletes, NFL players, all these people, like even like boxers and stuff like that. They never really run into issues, even though they're all juicing. And the
Yeah.
reason, or like you never really hear of them having issues, and the reason why is simply just because they are really, really fit.
Yeah.
That's why. So I think I understand people want to just get as huge as possible, but I don't know. I think that you can.
But it is beneficial for muscle growth as well.
That's the thing as well. When everything else is running smoothly,
Yeah.
and like people just go, "Oh, it's okay. Well, I'll just take a Thomas Arden and yada 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 yada. My cholesterol's fucked. Okay, fine. Registry titer, fucking what's the ezetimibe? Ezetimibe, whatever the fuck, or statin or something. People, but then people don't realize that no matter what drug you take, there's
A
always
counter.
something there's
Yeah.
always something you're giving up.
Yeah, there's a counter, yeah.
Always that there has to be. So you know I would argue that by, being like cardiovascularly fit, you won't gas out on sets. You don't need to go use drugs. You're not taxing your body. Like, it's just everything you put in your body has to get metabolized, especially if it's like if it's oral or whatever. So there's just other stresses being put on no matter what it is that you're taking, and it also I always find that when my cardio is good or if I'm doing like intense, like if I'm getting my heart rate up real good like throughout a bulk or a cut, I just feel like my physique looks better. I just feel like you look tighter, you look more conditioned. I don't know, and you feel much better as well
Yeah.
mentally, and that's huge.
Insulin
Yeah,
sensitivity,
so much.
everything.
Yeah, exactly.
For everything. Yeah. I do it all year round. Like I don't have that of bringing cardio back down to like 3, 4 sessions a week. I don't do that. I do it like every single day, unless Connor tells me to take the day off completely, which it
Mm,
happened last Saturday. He thought my legs were tired. I'm like, nope, I'm just training them more frequently now.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
do, yeah, I do cardio. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. If your body is extremely tired, yes, take a complete day off, maybe two, from cardio, but do you really think that 30 minutes to 40 minutes of cardio does a lot of damage to your body? Like I'm not a strong believer of that, you know?
No, it's fucking bullshit. There was a study done where people were subjected to 2 hours of cardio a day, and they lost more fat than the other group that just were in a deficit. They were both in deficits. They lost more fat. I think they were doing 2 hours a day. Kurt Haven spoke on this, and I like some of the stuff, but some of the stuff I think is just it's too like basing it off on papers and not actually like application. But he did initially tell me from like obviously not me directly, but from watching his videos that you don't need as much volume as you might think and stuff like that. And I just thought it was all too sciencey and stuff. Even though I love science and I studied it in college, I just thought it was too much. But going back on it now, I can see that you know I like some of his stuff. Put it that way. But anyways, what I was saying was the thing about um sorry, 1 second, hold on. Let me just 1 second. The thing about fuck, what was I saying? I got distracted. Shit. Oh man, my ADHD so
You're
bad.
saying you like science.
Oh my God.
You're saying you
I
like
need a
science.
coffee. Wait, hold on, bro. I'm just gonna take a fucking scoop of pre-workout to keep me going. This isn't
You-
good.
You're
Now go
saying
on.
you like science and a lot of he stuff, whatever.
Yeah, what the fuck was I gonna say at the start? What are we talking about?
We're talking about cardio and like potential damage to your body.
Oh yeah, so the people that were doing 2 hours of cardio a day, I'm pretty sure it's 2 hours. It was something that would make you think, oh bro, I'm gonna become skinny queen, right? So these people were doing that much cardio a day and in around there, and they didn't lose any more muscle, they just lost more fat. That was it. And they were doing
I had a
no.
client that he tried to avoid cardio at all costs, and I'm like, look, no cardio, less food. So I'll just bring your food down.
Oh, I'm
And
so much more about more cardio, more food. Oh, all day
yeah,
long. All day long.
so once he realized, once he started doing cardio back again, and like he just saw his numbers, like his body weight going down, and I was like, you see, like I told you.
Yeah.
Usually with my clients, like I tend to advise. I say, look, this is what I advise you to do, but you have the last saying. And if you decide not to do cardio, I have no choice but to take food. It's like, okay, no, that's cool. I don't mind that.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
people.
cool.
I'm such a thing of that. Like, if you're going to be like injecting yourself full of fucking gear, if you're gonna be doing all this, then you have to do the shit that you don't want to do. That's going to offset the negative effects. You know what I mean? And like,
Yeah,
do you want to know what's crazy? How I
I love
feel after
cardio,
cardio is the best feeling in the world.
bro. I love cardio.
I feel I 15 minutes on the Stairmaster will have me feeling like honestly I like the feeling of lifting heavy weights is like that like rah, like my favorite thing ever, but like the high, the like mental clarity, the buzz, the energy boost that I get
Yeah,
from like 15-20 minutes even of just a little bit of cardio, that you I can't get that anywhere else on the world,
yeah,
nowhere.
you're right. It takes a while to, get it moving, but once you do, it's like, yeah, this is a piece of cake. Sometimes, man, sometimes my legs feel heavy, like for the first 10 minutes. Now I've conditioned my mind to actually realize that it's just for the first 10 minutes and then it gets easier.
Stairmaster especially, first 5 minutes Stairmaster the worst.
Yeah,
But you get into a flow state. For me, five 5 to 10 minutes. 10 minutes is like feels a lot harder than 5, but 20 minutes doesn't feel harder than 10.
then the
And I'd
first, yeah.
argue that when you do more on the Stairmaster, it's actually easier because you don't count down the minutes and you're just like
S-
you go into this like you just kind of zone out.
What's your go-to? Like if you just had one cardio equipment available to you, what would you pick?
Stairmaster.
Stairmaster.
All day long, yeah. Yeah, like fucking yeah, 100%. I like treadmill's stupid. Just go for a walk. Um bike, these all bike, or like those bikes in general, any type of bike can be good, to be fair, but I do think that you get a bigger bang for your buck out of the Stairmaster. It's
Yeah,
not as fatiguing, like per calorie burn. I don't think it's as fatiguing as the bike, me
the bike.
personally. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I've done hit on the bike when I want to do cardio and really grow my legs. So
yeah,
I do like 30 seconds on and then 60 off, but the off is just kind of like I'm like chilling. So
you're
I won't do
chilling.
this assault bike, I'll just do the normal one. So I do that, and the 30 seconds on, the fucking pump, and like you get it's like muscular fatigue as well. So I feel like, but it's also keeping blood. It's bringing blood into the area in around the knee joint. I feel like it can also help with recovery as well as you get kind of more conditioned to it. But again, the Stairmaster just kind of does everything you need. Doesn't fuck you up. It doesn't kill your knees. Like
Yeah.
I think it's just the best all rounder. What about you?
I think Dorian Yates loves the assault bike nowadays.
Really?
Yeah, he's a big proponent of that. Oh,
Oh,
mine's just stairs.
he's the conditioning king.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm a stairmaster guy all day. If I'm not training, I'm doing the stairs.
I did that the last day. I did
Everyone's
20
like,
minutes on the stairs and I left.
yeah, I did 40. I do 40 every day, apart from legs. Leg days, I do 25. I do less.
I do 40 on the stairs every day.
Yeah, every
Oh
day,
wow.
bro.
Nice.
And I'm just sweating buckets.
See, that's the thing as well. It keeps water retention away,
Yeah,
which is also
it
a huge.
does. Do you know the thing about a treadmill and actually not the treadmill, the thing about walking or even the bike is that you have control of the speed. So like as soon as you start getting
Oh,
tired,
very, very good point.
yeah, as
Well,
soon as
to
you
an
start getting tired,
extent.
yeah,
Yeah, the
you
bike
you
especially.
slow down.
Treadmill you kind of do, but you also need to keep up a certain speed or else you fall.
Yeah. That's why I like to do cardio on machines. It's like this is the set speed that I'm going and I'm not changing.
Yeah, one form of cardio that it's probably not the right time of the year to get into it now, but I do want to give it a go. Is rocking.
Mm-hmm.
So get a weighted backpack and just go for a walk through forest.
Yeah.
Go on a hike.
Yeah.
You get out in nature, you get vitamin D, therapeutic as fuck. It adds weight, so you're gonna like the calorie burn's gonna be pretty fucking juicy, but it's not gonna like gas you out, it's not gonna like fuck you up. I feel like it's good, lowish impact, cardio for the calories you're burning, and there's a lot of the mental benefits as well as getting out in the sun and shit like that. So I recommend people who probably struggle to find a reason to get out, tend to be stuck inside all day. Their exercise and their workouts are done in the gym. They're never really out in nature, out in the sun. If you for your cardio, if you're doing active recovery on a rest day, you're doing a bit of cardio, get a backpack, get one of those rocking backpacks, put some weight into it, a fucking 5 liter water bottle, two of them, whatever it might be. I just get walking.
Do you know what I used to do when I was on prep with a ton of tren running in my system?
Go on.
It's gonna sound so gay, but I used to go on walks and just put meditation music.
It's okay. How's that okay? That's lovely.
It's kind of gay,
It's not.
no?
Nope, it's not at
And
all.
I'd
No, no,
like, okay.
no, no, it's great. It's good. That's fantastic. You're doing something that was making, if it was helping you and making you feel good, then who
Oh, so
the fuck
much, bro.
cares? Yeah. Well
I'd be
then,
zen. I'd be
yeah,
zen all day.
awesome, amazing. Yeah.
You could talk shit to me. I'm like, bro, I want to kill you, but I don't want to kill you. No, yeah,
I
I
want to
used to
kill
do
you,
that.
but I gotta listen to my inner chakras, bro.
That's
Yeah.
it. I'm fully connected to my Buddha. Yeah, no, I used to do that, and it helped me a lot. Especially like there's something about you connecting to nature, you know? One of the things I got taught was to if you're stressed, just take your shoes off, take your socks as well,
Down
and
on the
just
grass.
that's it.
Hmm.
Stand on the grass and like try to stay just present and grounded, like so that's something really good to do when you're running trend.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
only
if you manage to have these kind of like therapeutic sort of like unwinding, cortisol lowering activities, what made you drop out then in the end of the comp? Because you were running training, so you didn't like it. It wasn't. It just
that
wasn't.
was that was after I started doing that after I
Um.
dropped out.
Oh, but you still
Because
have
then
trend.
you're because then you're I was still I was still I was still on trend for a while. I had
Okay,
to
right.
I had to finish the puzzle, right?
Okay, that's so fair. Completely
um
logical.
uh
Completely logical, of course.
but I was rebounding, right? So I was putting
Oh
food
yeah.
back in, and that's the worst part. It's not when you're on prep with less food, it's when food is being added back in.
Hmm.
So I need to be like, nah, I need to chill. I'm hungry, but it's okay. I got nature on my side. But yeah, those were the things that I found that helped a lot, especially during break times at work. I would eat
Yeah.
my food and just go out.
Yeah, yeah. How does trying to affect your appetite?
Hmm. Um, how does it affect? I guess I don't feel as hungry.
Yeah, it kind of gives me mild heartburn almost.
Yeah. I think
After
that's I
after
think
140 mgs a week.
but you don't do orals?
Oh yeah, but if I'm using the worlds on top of that, and it's like then it's like
It's
a fucking a monster of me going
it's the
like.
orals, bro. No, I'm sorry, it's the orals, bro. It's not
No,
train.
trying does to me. No, no, I ran trying. I've done it with that worlds.
Yeah?
And it does it. Yeah, it's mild. It's more so like something very acidic, like
Yeah.
pre-workout would give me some heartburn. Whereas usually it wouldn't really, no, I'm
Hmm.
usually fine. But I find that something I'm trying it just I feel like if I put in something that can give people heartburn in general, I'm gonna get heartburn from it. But if my diet's clean, like if my diet's clean, I'm chilling. You know what I mean?
But I like to use it strategically as well. I don't think it's bad to have mild heartburn when you're cutting. Of course,
Well,
like it is bad from a stomach standpoint, a stomach health standpoint. Like you don't want to be
you don't be
constantly
burping up
feeling,
acid,
man,
yeah.
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 But from a strategic standpoint, it's really good because you don't feel as hungry. You don't feel like eating.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. No,
It's
I.
like it's like a cheaper way of getting GLP-1 ones.
It is. It is. Yeah, no, it pretty much is. Yeah, it just kills your appetite. You don't really want to eat. Um, yeah, alcohol would do it to me as well. Now, I don't really drink enough for it to happen anymore. Those days are gone, but
Yeah.
a lot of drinking, a lot of staying up late partying would definitely have my stomach in a bit of a hoop, as you'd expect. But I don't know what else does it to me. I think just a lot of worlds. I think it's kind of again the dose is the poison. Like I could run a bit of Anavar, a bit of fucking Anadrol, whatever, one can heartburn. But like if I run if you have 40 mgs of R and some Winstrol, I'm getting heartburn. If I'm running like 20 mgs of R low dose, I'm not. That kind of way. And also, it depends on what you do for it as well, because you can use glutamine's great for keeping heartburn at bay, because that's a part of your stomach lining. And avoiding acidic foods.
Garlic,
Apple cider vinegar, it can be great.
garlic powder. Mm,
Yeah. Really?
yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
From a negatives.
Oh, yeah, I was kind of thinking, yeah.
No, no, negative. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Who was it? Was it Hunter Labrada that kind of was using like shit like onions and garlic and stuff in a lot of his food, and had like really bad stomach problems, and he kind of did like a big elimination diet and got rid of everything because his stomach was fucked, and he completely fixed his stomach.
But he was drinking his meals as well, and I don't know.
Drinking meals, is it?
Yeah, he was drinking
Yeah,
meals.
I don't know. I don't know if that's great because it's so much fucking shit going like
No,
hitting the
because you're
stomach.
not you're not if you analyze it, it's like you're not using your saliva to break down food. Like it's almost as if your food is pre-digested already,
But
and you're
it's
just
not. But it's not because
it's
the
not.
enzymes aren't there to break it down.
Yeah, because digestion starts here, not here.
Digestion starts in the mouth. I mean, you go. It's completely skipping that. So
Yeah.
the stomach has to do more work.
So
So
I think
great point, man.
yeah, so I think that's what it was. And he
Yeah,
was known for drinking his meals, like blending chicken and rice and stuff like that.
yeah,
And that's
yeah.
something I try to tell the boys. It's like they're like, "Oh, I'm drinking these uh, oat shakes with protein powders and one
Shit,
liter
they fuck my appetite up
and
so
one
bad.
1 liter of water." And I'm like, "Bro, what you doing?"
Dude, it's crazy. Like when I think of that, and then I'm thinking to myself, like people do that to get like 800 calories in, and I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Like for me, like some fucking sourdough, 4 or 6 eggs, four pieces of bacon, same thing, tasty as fuck. Like I'll eat it all, and I'll enjoy it all, and I'll be hungry again like 2 hours later.
And you're happy just looking at it. You're like,
Yeah, it's nice. Like, oh, it's nice. You know what I mean? Put in a bit of avocado, more
why
fats,
would you
more
want to
calories.
blend your food?
You know,
No.
I
I
just
just
think,
posted I just posted my 6,000 calorie day.
did you?
Um Yeah, on YouTube. Man, people want to see me eat. They want to see those videos. They're the ones that give me views, you know. And they're like, "Oh, can you do a 10,000 calorie one?" I'm like, "You fuckers, man."
I must watch it. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I posted it. Like usually with my YouTube videos, I don't really like share it on socials. I just post them and then whoever watches watches.
Yeah, 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 nice.
But that was my peak off season in my last phase one. And I was
Okay.
doing 6,000 calories of just food, clean food. Because people always say, "Oh, it's harder if you eat clean," and I'm like, then
It,
I'm gonna show you that it's not.
it's it's uh it's hard to be organized
It
first.
is. Yeah.
It's an organization that you can't go missing 2 or 3 hours. You know, like as in like you can't like for example, you need to be eating every 2 hours. You know, every
Hmm.
2 to 3 for like for sure. Like if you go 4 or 5 hours without eating, you're fucked. Like if you
Yeah.
forget to eat from like 2 till 7, and it's like 7, 8 o'clock in the evening, you realize you've got like fucking 3,000 calories left of clean food. It's just you can do it, it can be done, but you're going to bed not feeling great.
Pasta, bro.
Yeah.
Pasta is the way.
Pesto and pasta. I used to do a big pot of pasta. I get 200 grams of pasta, uncooked weight, and then I put in some pesto. I put in sausages. I put in some chicken goujons and chorizo. It's like the fattiest, saltiest, grimiest meats, like cured meats, and like bacon and shit as well. I put in, and
How
I
how's
mix it all in a big pot, and I fucking be spooning it out. It'd be like 2,500 calories.
how's your
Disgusting.
how's your acne then? Did you have a lot?
I was on Accutane when I was younger, so that kind of like zapped me.
Okay.
I was,
All
yeah,
right.
I had really bad acne, but now I'm kind of like immune to it, which is great. Like
You're
nothing
cool.
gave me acne.
Yeah. No, I think I gave them um some advice on how to actually eat a lot of food, a lot of clean food. And it always comes down to your food choices, your choices, especially. Like, I always tell them, like, skip potatoes, man. Don't do potatoes if you're trying to grow.
So rice, pasta, a bread that doesn't destroy your gut, and for me, cereal is such a cheat code. Cocoa Pops is pretty much toasted rice, you know.
Yeah,
And
but there's a lot of volume, right?
yeah, but oh man, I can eat a bowl of like I
It's like
can
if you, what would you prefer? 150 grams of cream of rice or 150 grams of Cocoa Pops? Because they're
150
like,
grams of Cocoa Pops. I love
I
cereal.
mean, I
I
mean,
love
I
cereal.
know, I know, I know, but I mean from a calorie standpoint,
Yeah,
which
so
one is
three, yeah,
easier to eat?
dude, you could get double the calories, triple the calories out of cream of rice for the same volume as you would with Cocoa Pops or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, it's insane. Like Cocoa Pops is also a good post-workout snack in a cutting phase because the volume's so high.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, it's a good point. Cream of rice is like, dude, it's like you could get 200 grams of cream of rice. I'm gonna have to go in a minute, but I want to finish off on
Me
this.
too,
You
yeah.
you could get like 200 grams of cream of rice. You could get 40 grams of peanut butter, a little bit of dark chocolate, 20 grams dark chocolate, scoop 2 scoops of protein powder, and like some honey, and like maybe throw in some fruit if you're happy to throw in some berries there. You know,
A lot of calories there.
dude, maybe some psyllium husk for the fiber if you don't want fruit in
Hmm.
this. But you're looking at 1,200, 1,300 calories, and it would just be like a standard sized bowl, you
Hmm.
know. And
Yeah.
you can just spoon it back, you know, and like that's that's like a third of a lot of people's daily calories when they're trying to gain.
Yeah. I always use that as like, which one would you prefer? Like, do you want to eat 400 grams of potatoes or 200 grams of rice and get the
Dude,
same amount of calories?
four hundred grams of potatoes is the same amount of fucking weight as 100 grams of uncooked rice, right? So like, or not even, it's like 80. So you are right, it's 200 grams of cooked rice.
Yeah, it's
So
around 200 grams.
yeah, so if you want like 200 grams of uncooked rice would be 700 calories, right? 700 calories, 200 grams of uncooked rice would be 5 to 600 depending on how much you cook it, like how fluffy it gets. Cooked rice, but it would be like a kilo of potatoes. 2 fucking pounds of potatoes, like a
Literally.
big fucking bag. Like, dude, you're not sitting there and eating that. No fucking way.
That's why, like, I can do it. I've done it,
You know, it's
but
not. It's not sustainable and it's not
it's not
enjoyable. And you're
sustainable.
very full and you're very bloated.
it gets to a point where it's just a lot. And
It's so unenjoyable.
one of the guys' argument was that, oh, but potatoes they're a superfood because they have like micronutrients and whatever. I'm like, dude, you can get that from vegetables, just
Potassium, avocado, banana.
yeah, stuff like that. Like you don't have to
You
have it
have some
all.
avocado
You
on
don't
your
have to
toast,
have it
man.
all in one single meal.
Yeah,
Like
no.
if your goal is to put on some actual size, you have to eat. And if you're gonna eat, like
Yeah,
I'd much rather have point I'm trying to get is I'd much rather have less volume and a lot more calories than a lot of volume.
condense the volume.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
man, that's it. I have a client in an
nice.
hour. We'll chat again. We'll do a few more this week.
Yeah.
I've got
This
plenty
week
of
would be
free
good because
time.
I can do them daytime. I'm kind of flexible Monday to Friday. Maybe we could do a midweek one and maybe end of the week one.
Yeah,
Yeah, just text me, let me know, and we'll
that's
organize
cool.
that. And yeah.
All right,
Nice.
Bradley.
All right, dude.
Good chatting to you, bro.
See you later, buddy.
See you later.